There's a great story that God was really kind of upset at this human creation because he thought it was a great idea and he was digging on it. But then he started seeing, man, these people, they're always pestering me, petitioning me, like just praying to me constantly. They always want something they don't have. Never content. I don't get this from any of my other creatures. What? This is driving me crazy. He goes to his, his advisor, he says, man, what am I going to do here? These people, they're driving me kind of nuts. I love them and I want to give them a chance, see what they're made of, but they're driving me a bit crazy. He says, Lord, I don't know, why don't you kind of retire up to the top of Everest, kind of just get away. I mean, they're not going to come up there. You can't even breathe oxygen up there. So he's like, all right, that's actually a really great idea. Then I can keep close watch over them. And, that's cool. So I'll go up there. So he goes up there, he gets a few years out of it, But then, there comes this cat Hillary, up the mountain. He's got his oxygen tank, and he confounded nature and plants his flag up there and says, oh, yep, this is human domain. Big G's like, man, they found me. They're just going to start with this all over again. Where am I going to go now? So he goes to his advisor. He says, man, they found me at the top of Everest. It did take them a few thousand years, but, now this is just kind of same old. He says, well, Lord, you still could keep a close enough watch and yet be distanced in the ultimate way by moving to the moon. So he's like, wow, you're right. That's really close. I can keep a good watch. For God, there's no dark side of the moon, so I'll always be able to see them. Okay, cool. So he goes up there, and within a very short amount of time, there's this freaking cat Armstrong shows up and bounces around and plants another one of those fucking flags. He's like, man, this is incessant. What is up? They're never satisfied. Always more. Always further. Always got... What is the big accomplishment? Why would you want to go to another planet? They didn't even look at what I gave them there. They're always moving so fast they can't even see what they have. This is crazy. Oh, man. Advisor, I got it. What, Lord? Where I can hide that they will never find me. Where, Lord? The last place they'll ever look for me. In their heart.
The marketplace has to change. It can't be so impersonal. It can't just be this automaton experience with this isolated lines of beings that never get to know each other, grabbing a product and going back into isolation and supposedly enjoying it because the sugar is a rush or whatever, the flood of whatever it is, and then back to vacant and on to more consumption. Well, here I'm going to want you to take your teapot and you steep this thing 50 times. You keep brewing it, and you got water, but you're still nurtured. The barest essence of tea is still in there, but you're still like having tea. You're beyond the tea, though. You're beyond the reasons. You're beyond even remembering there was a world outside of this gate here. You came home to your own heart. Maybe you treat your wife or your child or your coworkers with a whole different open aspect because something unlocked. I'm not saying my place is an answer to people's problems necessarily, but something does happen here that is a taste of the thing they know they need to do for themselves. We can't do it for them, but they might taste it. They might do their own tasting of their own essence because we make something available. We present a device, and the device works, and the mind is tricked without, any shiftiness going on, but the mind is tricked into dropping into the heart. And the mind and the heart meet and they say, whoa, why haven't we hung out in a long time? So it's really, that's it. That's the way of tea. It's a heart-mind experience, and it's just it's a joy, it's a privilege to be able to have the place that I get testimony every single day that this is the experience people are having. Yeah, I don't have an answer here. I have a question, really, and I'm just asking the world, what are we doing
What are you guys doing?
Kind of a no-brainer. It's like everyone would say, "Where can I get this?" So we started, buying wholesale and selling it everywhere we went, people's houses, and then we started. I signed us up for doing festivals and selling tea at festivals all up and down the West Coast. Then wanted to settle down because my parents were getting old and they needed help. So. And we found a little place to do our first tea shop, and on. And the goal had always been we want to do a tea house. We just always knew that. Like, that was our goal. And we've been doing it ever since. Letters pour in every day, just talking about how wonderful this place is for people's lives. Grandmothers talking about how great it was to be able to actually have a conversation with their granddaughter without her being on the phone texting people. We get a lot of those type of things. Husbands and wives coming in and just enjoying such a great time together. We have people who do online dating who like to come here as their first date because it's safe space, no alcohol. You can be as quick or as lengthy as you're grooving on each other. One of the best testimonies for me is the fact that our employees always want to hang out here on their time off. That's when you know you're doing something right. They're not like, oh my God, I have to get away from here, but more like, I love it here. And that always feels so good. And ever since we took the paper off the windows on this place, it had a feeling like it was much bigger than we are. That it's got its own energy that is not dependent upon us. It's a community energy, which is exactly what our intention had been, was to just create community through having a place for people to come and drink tea.
The current state of the tea house. Well, I mean, the tea house we've built into... Wow, what do I say about this? It's hard. It was easier last time. Not quite prepared today, like I might have been the other time. But, well, we're just, we're way behind financially. We're way ahead spiritually. I mean, we have a really amazing community center with people that rely on this place for sanity a lot of the time. A lot of folks that come here to rehabilitate their mind and heart. We're a refuge, and so therefore this place is incredibly successful because we get the testimonies. We're not even promoting that it is that. We've never promoted that at all. We just call ourselves a tea house, but we've become a community center of refuge, and a real healing place. Financially, yeah, we're behind. We're under the gun of the government, and we have, people we got to pay money to, and then we, hopefully, we just need to generate the capital. So hopefully, to get some capital going, so that we can invest in the things that we know people want that we never have, that we haven't invested in for ages because we haven't had the money. Then we could have the revolving money. We could have money coming in the door all the time if we had the things people want to buy. But we don't have the stock these days. So the state of the tea house is just, economically deficiency, and everything else. It's just amazing. It's vivacious. It's growing. It's satisfying to people most of the time. And it's set and poised, for anything, because we know everything we could do, everything we need to do, everything we want to do, that would probably guarantee its success. Am I needing something from you, or actually serving you? Am I actually serving you? Unfortunately, my history is riddled with needing things from people for serving them, which is contaminated. So my practice now is just kind of letting that stuff just get cleaned out of the pipes and really offer a clean cup of tea with no intention to get anything from somebody, even their acceptance. I can't really be clinging to that even. Kind of messy under the table there. Could have cleaned it up.
No one will notice.
Nobody's going to notice that, Mike.
What is that?
But you can't focus in on it. Watch your head.
Superman. That's hilarious.
I'm a big fan.
I need to get a picture of this. That's important.
What could make you more happy than that? You know? I mean, come on.
Why do you have Polaroids of Michelob?
Oh, they're not Polaroids. These were bought for me from... It's because of the depth of my, profound spiritual insight of these incredible teachings that came through this movie, that's kind of what... Maybe that's why we're in trouble here at the tea house. I don't know.